Once you've logged into WeVideo, you'll see that you probably don't have any of these files that I have in here. I've already uploaded those. So to give you an idea of how this is laid out, on the top here you have your uploads, so where you bring in your media. So you can click on the upload button or the green arrow, and you can go and find all the files that you have saved in your home drive, and then in your folder. It might be your video, it might be the name of your country, but find that and open it up. Bring in all the files that you want. You can hold the control button and click on all the different files you might want, and then say open, and then they'll just populate for you. Down here on the bottom you have video 2, video 1, and audio 1. So you have to think of this kind of as layers. So we're going to always put our text in the top, always put our images in the bottom, and then put our audio in the audio file. So what I'm going to do is first of all make my opening slide. So on the top again, I have graphics. These all have a little motion with them. I'm going to just pick one. Remember, my images or anything that is a graphic will go in the bottom. I'm then going to click on this letter A. This is text. This is going to go on the top. I would like this to be the same length. When I hover over it, I can see that this is 10 seconds. My text is 8 seconds. 8 seconds is probably just fine for an intro slide. So I'm going to shorten this one up. When I've clicked on it, I can then drag it over, and now they're the same length. I'm going to double click on my text to change it. I will put in the name of the country. I'll put in my name. You can do first name, last initials fine, and hour. Notice that it's kind of going off the page. I can click and drag this up. I can also, maybe I want Spain a little bit bigger than my name. I'm going to go ahead and change this. I can just change my scale, and you'll notice that my name changed a little smaller than the title. I can change my font also, and if I want to, there's color and bolding and all those different things. So when I'm happy with it, I say done editing. If I play this from the beginning, I can see that will be my title. Next, I need to have my map. So I'm going to go back to my media. I'm going to find my map. I'm going to drag this down to the second column, video 1. I also need my flag. Same thing. I'm going to drag this down. I need to have the population and GDP with my flag. So I'm going to click up to the text. I'm going to bring my text in. I'm going to shorten this one up. Double click on my text. I put in my population. I'm going to put in my GDP. And you'll notice that it's not showing up on here. The reason for that is my blue line is actually at the end. So if I drag this over, I can then see it. I'm going to go back. I have some hard colors to work with, so I might have to put some spaces in here for my GDP. Maybe I drag this up a little bit, put a space in there. Maybe I change my color to black, because that might be a little bit easier to read. So you might have to play around with it a little bit. When I'm done, good. If you do want to use transitions on the top here, this would be the transition. So maybe I just want, in between my pictures to have a little bit of motion. So I'm going to click on this. Here's my map, and then it just has a transition. The other thing, some people said they do not like this black border. What you can do is when you click on your picture, double click on it, there's a button here. It says blurred background. If I click on that, notice how my background just kind of extends and blurs my image. So you can decide what you like. If you want the blurred background, just check on that and you'll be done. Since I added transitions, I did change my text a little. And I'm going to make this one a little bit longer so it matches up. The easiest way to put in the rest, your pictures with your narration, is to do it one at a time. So I'm going to go back to my media. I'm going to grab this image. I'm going to put it down there. Remember, if I want a transition, I'm going to put that in right away. Okay, so I'm going to put in my transition. And then I need my narration. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my media, find one of my narrations, the one that matches up with that picture, and I can put it in here. I need my image to last as long as my narration, so I'll go ahead and do that. I did not put in my national anthem, which should be in the first slide, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and do that. This is my national anthem of Norway. Notice I put it in and it's longer than what it needs to be. I can just say insert and push, and then I can take this little blue arrow, drag it to where I want the national anthem to end, hit the scissors, and then I'm going to delete that. Okay. I'm going to bring my other narration back. Several students have asked if they can fade out their music. If I click on for their national anthem, so it's not just blaring loud and then all of a sudden it stops. What I'm going to do is put a couple dots on here. I'm just clicking on that blue line, and I can slowly lower this down so that my music kind of fades out slowly. And so then it's just inputting your picture one at a time. So I'm going to simply grab my next image. If I want a transition in there, I'll put the transition in right away. I'll go ahead to my media, grab my next audio, make sure that my image fits the audio, it goes the length of it. If I want text on any of these, like I just wanted a title, I'm not going to put a paragraph for sure, I would just click on the text button. I could go ahead and double click on text just like before, type in my title, and then locate the title where I want that to be. Okay. Once again, I'll need to make sure that the title is the length of the video. So that's basically how the program works, and for what you'll be doing, it's just text on the top line, images on the second line, audio on the third line, and keep adding to it as you're going. What some students have asked is like, hey, can I just put every picture in? Can I have like this picture and this picture, just put all my pictures in and then bring in my narration. So I'll put in this one and this one. The problem with this is now you're going to have to move all these over. Stretch this one so it fits. Grab the next one. Stretch this one so it fits. So it's a little bit more work to do it that way. So I would say add picture, narration, text if you want it, and continue in that manner. For saving, it does save automatically, but I would suggest every once in a while to click right up here and make a save.